I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it, but it's fine. I'll just ask you. It'll just be part of the process.
All right.
It's just there. They just get a fun little extra 5 minutes. What's your question? Wait, let me write them down. So hold on. All right.
You gonna write them down? I ain't gonna write them down. I just remember.
I need to write down my answers. So yeah, I need to write them down.
Okay,
mine are. What does joy look like today?
Joy. Okay. Next one.
What's your biggest day-to-day challenge?
Day-to-day.
Third question is, who would you swap lives with for 24 hours?
Okay. My questions are, what gets you excited about life?
I thought we asked this one.
What?
I thought we asked this one. I definitely asked this one.
Well, we're reviewing it then.
3 episodes ago or something like that.
Okay, we're reviewing it. You can tell everybody that we said it. I want to know how.
I'll go back because I have it written down somewhere.
Perfect.
That's okay.
You got that one?
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. What do you wish you spent more time on 5 years ago?
That's okay.
Do you celebrate the things that you have to do every day? I'll give an intro, and then we'll have intro will be a couple minutes, and we'll have roughly 2 minutes to answer each question.
I don't think I'm going to say. I'm not you. I don't.
We can just go every other one.
You ready?
See what happens. Yeah, are we answering? Are we going like live, like right now?
Yeah, go live. What do you mean?
All right. No prep.
What do you mean no prep? You had your whole life to prep.
Good point. Hi, I'm Austin Eartham.
And I'm Taylor Patton. Welcome to Kitchen Table Podcast.
We're here to motivate, educate, and relate to you guys, sharing our stories, helping you get 1% better in all areas of your life. Welcome to this week's episode of the 1440. On Tuesday, we talked about challenges. So we were discussing what we're going to do for this week's episode, and I like to bring back podcasts that we've been listening to. So I've been listening to the Kelsey Brother podcast, and what they do on there.
Who are the Kelsey brothers?
Kelsey brothers are Travis and Jason Kelsey, who one plays for the Eagles, one plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. They played in the Super Bowl.
Oh, cool. Hockey team.
Yeah, football teams.
Oh, my bad.
And they have a podcast every week, and they ask each other 5 questions about their game that reporters might not ask, or what's going on in their life, and just kind of give the day-to-day of what it's like to be an NFL player or talk to your brother every day. So what we're going to do, shed some light on the podcast. We're also going to share similar things, but we're going to answer 3 challenging questions to ponder about life. And we didn't prepare. All we did is, if you looked on YouTube, all you heard us say is the questions. We have not had any time to think. Taylor said we had the whole life to prep. So here we go. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
The first question is, what does joy look like today?
Out of the 3 you mentioned to me very quickly, this is the only one I didn't instantly have an answer for. So that's good that we're doing this one first. I'm going to have a general answer. Okay, I can get both.
That's fine.
Number 1, what brings me joy every day is the opportunity to grow, and that sounds like a Taylor Patton answer. Gives me the opportunity to grow. Now, here's what I mean specifically.
What do you mean by that?
I feel like I'm in a great spot working out wise. I'm learning mentally about myself and mental toughness, and that's the ultimate mental toughness of being who you are. I'm happy in this Lenten journey to grow in my faith even more. I'm happy to have this house with my wife and grow in our lives together. So those are the opportunities I think of growing. What brings me joy on a day-to-day, again, I have 3 things every morning I look forward to, right? Usually it's my cup of coffee. Today it was my spin workout. I really look forward to it, even though I know it's going to be hard. I'm trying to push more watts than I ever have. And then I love working out in the morning because I go home after work. I rehab and I get to spend time doing whatever I want, whether it's watching a movie with my wife, whether it's doing the podcast, whatever it is, just hanging out. Mm-hmm. So when I put the work in, I enjoy resting at the end of the day as well. Is that under 2 minutes for you? It was. Bingo. Okay, first question for you.
I don't care how long you
It's a review, you said, but I think it's good to look back on what we talked about in the past. So what gets you so excited about life right now? And has it changed from 3 weeks ago?
I
Or
don't.
4 weeks ago?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it probably been like 2 months ago now. At this point.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't remember when we recorded it. I definitely asked you this question.
Somebody can find it.
Anyway.
We'll give you $100 if you can go find it. I'll give you $100.
What gets me excited about life? Sorry. Me thinking about my answer that I'm about to say is just like what you just answered. Like, that's a Taylor Patton. Is just being able to live the journey.
So true. All right, explain. Being able to live the journey. You're in it. You're enjoying the process.
That's exactly it. Like, you never know, like, what life brings you. Like, you have today. You have the moment. Like, that's all you have is the moment you live in. So that, like, again, I still have my ups and downs, but that brings me excitement as an overall, because you have the opportunity and that to make the life that you want to make in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have 5 minutes to go, or you don't have 15 minutes from now. You have right now, and so what you make it right now is right now.
I like that. Stay present. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, along with that, like the goals, the aspirations. I think, like, again, like all the challenging highs and lows. Yeah.
It does get you excited. It gives you hope.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2.
My question number 2 is, what is your biggest day-to-day challenge?
This is going to be another general answer, but we've been talking about challenges lately. And I think when you wake up, or when I wake up, I have a plan for that day, right? I'm a very planned person.
Yeah.
Everything's wrote down on my phone. I'm getting better at moving stuff around if I need to, but my biggest challenge of the day is to meet myself and my expectations every single day. Because I set high expectations for myself, and I hate and I get very mad at myself if I don't follow through on those expectations or I slip up, because things are hard. Like I talked about my CrossFit workout on Tuesday, things get hard and I go slower than I should. And it's just because mentally it's like, oh, you're tired, Austin. When really it's, you just got to get through the smoke and then you're good to go. You know?
Yeah. A little brain fog.
Yeah. So meeting myself, which I think is a great, well, I think it's a great answer because that's like the ultimate thing we want, right?
Yeah.
And if everything's lining up, your goals are lining up with the lifestyle you're trying to live, which are lining up with who you're surrounded by, which line up the time you get up in the morning, which align with what's in that planner. If all those can line up and you meet those, then you're definitely getting 1% better that day. So I think meeting myself is a super big challenge.
Yeah.
On the day-to-day, doesn't seem like a big challenge because I'm used to it, but to do it over and over, we talked about consistency and intensity this season. To do that consistently with the intensity and the different levels I'm trying to do, learn Spanish, learn sign language, do this, do that, work out this hard, kick this well, grow the podcast. I think that's a challenge and something that I enjoy doing, even if it's stress in my life sometimes. But again, like you said, you got to enjoy the process. And I like meeting the challenge because it makes me feel good. Friendly? All right. Number 2 for you. What do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago? Or more time on 5 years ago? Looking back.
What?
5 years ago, you were 21.
Yeah, I know.
Almost 22.
I just thought, I just was thinking, I was like, I was 21.
We were
what
apartment
won
11, baby.
Yeah, what won I though? If I really knew, I'd say like investing in myself, and that
What do you mean by that?
as in, I think like reading more, working out, and that like actually like working out like I work out now instead of just doing off things. Like I ran more when I was 21 instead of actually like lifting weights. Learning about cryptocurrency, learning about any digital item. Some more time on studies. I really liked planning parties. I was very
Be a
big.
wedding planner.
And I was like, thought about it. I was like, I should have, not that I should have pursued it, but realizing, because I realized I really like planning parties and that, especially when I was 21, I lived at 21, 21. It's crazy that you asked me that question because I just posted like a story up about it, and that how I was like, I missed it because I was like, it was such, I don't know, it was very like easy vibes. Like there wasn't like in my life, there wasn't a ton of stress in my life at that point, and I feel like I could have pushed myself a lot more.
Yeah.
But anyway, I could have like I really like doing parties. I really like making parties like as cool as possible, or like always having themes, always making it a cool experience for people that came.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like me pushing myself to like maybe like pursue it, like not maybe not as like a career, but like as a business model.
Yeah.
And that I think would have been cool.
You know,
I mean,
go ahead.
yeah, and just any challenging thing. Like I really could go on for days about
Something to better
Yeah.
yourself or have that experience. Yeah. I think this is a side note. I think the 3 best businesses that you can easily make money on: opening a car wash, having an apartment complex that you own if you have enough capital, or having a wedding building like that people have ceremonies and receptions in.
Yeah.
But building, all those just make money.
Yeah.
I just think those are interesting.
Yeah.
But apparently I'm not allowed to ever invest in a car wash in this area because everybody's doing it. My wife just doesn't like that, I guess. Anyways, she disagrees with my theory.
Doesn't like car washes.
No, she says that everything, like there's a bunch of car washes being popped up here. So she's
Oh.
like, we shouldn't do that. And I was like, good, because we don't have the money anyway. All right, question number 3. Final round.
Question number 3 is who would you swap lives with for 24 hours?
This is funny because I told Steph the other day that I would want to sit down and have a dinner with Jalen Hurts. And I was literally washing dishes today. Maybe it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And thought to myself, I should write down every single day of my life the top 3 people that I want to sit down and have dinner with. See if it changes. And you asked me that question, I was like, that's so ironic. 2 people that are always on my list that I can't decide between. My internal self would really like to switch places with Jesus Christ, just to see what it was and like the ultimate like being, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just the influence, what he had to go through,
Yeah.
how life was back then, just so many different factors that I think are super interesting and also would give you a ton of insight, both in just humanistic like life and in your faith journey. I think that'd be super cool. But the earthly Austin would love to switch places with LeBron James. You got to know that was coming.
Yeah.
I like envy LeBron's life. I mean, sometimes it's not good because you can't go to the grocery store, and I actually enjoy going to the grocery store. But to have like your wildest dreams of what you want to be considered like the GOAT and reach all these accomplishments, but there's still a lot of struggles in life. And knowing that everybody still has their own battles, I think would be super cool to see it on what I'm envisioning a part of my life being and what reality would really look like. So I think that'd be super cool to be him for a day. I just want to know yours. You don't have to explain, but I'm just curious. Whose yours would be?
I think there's a lot of cool people out there. The Liver King.
Liver King.
I just think I believe he lives the lifestyle that he shows on social media, but
I've heard that.
Yeah, but to live it how he lives it, I'd switch for 24 hours. I think it'd be, because I really think like he lives like just the freedom he shows on social media is crazy.
Yeah, I don't agree with some of his stuff, but I do like some of his philosophies and the way he backs it up.
Yeah, that's my person.
I like it. All right, last question here. Do you celebrate the things that you have to do every day? You have to do, not that you want to do. You celebrate the daily hassles of life.
Do I celebrate them? No. Am I grateful I get to do them? Most time, yeah. Most of the time, like I always think the quote like what happens if you didn't pray for the things you have today?
Mhm.
If you woke up tomorrow, if you didn't pray for the things you had,
Exactly.
yeah. And that, so I always think of that quote, and so then I'm like, I'm grateful that like I get to wake up, I get to see,
Mhm.
I get to walk, I'm able to drive, like I'm still allowed to get to breathe,
Mhm.
like and I think this is like more inspirational here, but like a lot of times like people like take that stuff for granted, but then at the same point like you get to do things for people that like for those who can't, like you get to go to a job where some people can't go to a job for X, Y, and Z reasons. Like, you get to walk where there's a lot of people who can't walk. Like you get to brush your teeth. There's a lot of people out in the world that can't brush their teeth on their own. You get to wipe your own ass. There's a lot of people out in the world that can't wipe their own ass. And so do I celebrate them? No. Am I grateful and thankful I get to do them? Yeah.
I think you should celebrate them just because, like, hey, this isn't that bad, or this helps me get to this next step.
Next.
Like, I hate getting up in the morning, but I love working out in the morning and seeing the sunrise. So it's worth it in the end,
Yeah.
Anyways, that's 1440 this week. We just got 1% better by reflecting on those tough questions. Now time to put them into action. Hope you guys do the same, and we'll catch you on Tuesday.
Love it. Bye.